And a very good evening and welcome to the Martin Sporting Complex for this round 2 of the W League. And we're at home with Adelaide United up against the reigning champions, and a very experienced champions they are, Sydney FC. Well, Adelaide United, of course, in their first game last season went down in practically the last second against the Wanderers, going down by 2-1. Whereas the reigning champions, well, they kicked off the season as they finished off last year with a victory over Melbourne Victory by 3-0. Both sides coming out onto the park right now. We'll quickly go through the both sides. Firstly, for the home team, in goal is Sarah Willisey. Number 2, Emily Hodgson. Number 3, Carlia Hogg. Number 4, the American Mallory Webber. Number 9, Mary Fowler. Number 11, Laura Johns. Number 12, Isabel Hodgson. Number 14, another American, Julia Ashley. Number 16, Dylan Holmes. Number 18, their Brazilian import, Lais Arajo. And number 22, the skipper and the American, Amber Brooks. On the bench for the Reds tonight, Charlotte Grant, Georgia Campagnali, Kiara Fowler, and their goalkeeper reserve is Evelyn Goldsmith. For the visitors, for the Sky Blues, in goal is Aubrey Bledsoe, the American there. The captain, Teresa Polius, at number 2. Number 5, Ali Green. Number 6, Chloe Lagazzo. Number 7, Ellie Brush. Number 9 is Caitlin Ford. Number 10, Remy Simpson. Number 11, the American, Sophia Hoata. Number 12, Natalie Tobin. Number 17, Angelique Christodoulou. And number 20, Princess Abini. That is the starting 11 for the Sky Blues. On the bench, Shadeen Evans, Mackenzie Hawkesby, Julia Vines, and their goalkeeper reserve is Trudy Burke. Well, it'll be a good test for the home side tonight. Of course, they've never made the finals. They came awfully close last season. In fact, the closest they've come to making the finals. And their coach, Ivan Karlovic, will be hoping to get the first home game off to a winning start, and it'll be a good win if they can get past the reigning champions, Sydney FC. Sydney coach Ante Juric, of course, has got a pretty experienced lineup in front of him. Both sides have lost players in the off-season and also gained players. Adelaide United, of course, have lost Emma Checker, who's moved to Melbourne City. Their 2 Atlantic internationals also not back this season. Veronica Latsko, who actually did go to Sydney, but she won't be taking any part tonight. She's currently injured. And, of course, the very experienced Michelle Heyman, no longer with the Reds. Coming in, new players for Adelaide was Julia Ashley, Mallory Webber, of course, the Brazilian, Lais, Mary and Kiara Fowler, and Matilda McNamara, the new signings for Adelaide United. Sydney FC, on the other hand, Lisa Devanna has left the club, and their 2 Americans, Savannah McCaskill, who scored 2 goals in the final last season to win the final for Sydney, no longer with them, and Danielle Colaprico, who also had a stint with the Reds, also not back for Sydney. Well, we're just about set for a start here at Martin. The referees tonight, Isabella Blaise, her assistants Paula Orlandi and Daniela Anderson, and the 4th official is Henry Day. The referee said no, it's just a throw. Adelaide haven't got a great record against Sydney. Only ever won twice in 14 meetings. This is Hogg for Adelaide. Again, it's Isabel Hodgson. The ball's beating it to the touchline. Another throw to Sydney. Both sides will be looking to flex their muscles to get on top. Holmes couldn't quite reach it. Has another go. Second bite of the cherry. Now she's got a bit of space. This is Hogg. And again, the ball goes out for a throw. Quickly taken. Seamsman, who scored 2 goals last week in the 3-0 victory over Melbourne victory. It was formerly with Sydney, had a stint with Western Sydney last season, came back to Sydney, and a pretty good start for her. She'll be looking to add to her tally of last week of those 2 goals. Long searching ball there from the back. It's gone out, and it'll be a throw, this time on the other side of the park, to Adelaide. Coach Ivan Karlovic for the home side put another decent squad together for the new season. Now a chance for Sydney again. This is Lagazzo on the edge of the area looking for the 1-2. Didn't come off. Good defensive work by Adelaide. And that was Isabel Hodgson who lost the ball out to Ellie Green. Green now looking to get the ball in. Just couldn't get around that. And cleared by Adelaide. Only as far as the number 11. It's Sophia Hoata, the American. They'll start from the back yet again. Brush. Good tackle, good work by the Brazilian, the new signing this season. And away they go now, Adelaide. This is Mary Fowler. What a talented young lady she is, Fowler. Well, she was looking for the Brazilian, but just couldn't find a gap or any space. So here's a chance for Sydney for the counter. Lagazzo goes wide. And the way there was Laura Johns for Adelaide, but half cleared away by Brooks. Sydney come again, putting a bit of pressure, early pressure on this Adelaide defence. That was Tobin, goes wide to the right. Tobin again. They're all waiting on the edge of the area, her teammates, but she neglected them and opted to go down the line, and it didn't come off. Now this is Fowler, Mary Fowler. Had too many Sydney shirts around her. Mary Fowler, a lot of reps on this young lady for Adelaide. She's only 16 years of age. She scored last week, the only goal for the Reds. Has already made 4 appearances for the Matilda, so she's got a huge future. Interesting background. Her father's Irish and her mother is from Papua New Guinea. She became the 5th youngest ever Matilda when she made her debut at 15 years and 162 days. So we'll keep an eye on the number 9 for the Reds, Mary Fowler. Adelaide back in possession. Bit of space on the right-hand side for Emily Hodgson if she can find her, and she does. That was Fowler. Now this is Hodgson. Emily, there's 2 Hodgson in this Adelaide team. But broken down again. Final touch down the line. And an early touch there for Sarah Willisey, who had her first taste of the Matildas. Was the South Australian goalkeeper of the year a couple of seasons ago, playing with the local Adelaide City side. Now a chance for Sydney. Well done in the way was Julia Ashley, the American. Cleared away by Willisey. Beanie. Thought she might have got to it, but just beaten there by Isabel Hodgson. This is Hogg. Long ball by Julia Ashley. Looking for Fowler. Fowler on the tail there of Pistradulu. Did well though, the defender for Sydney. A cagey start to this game. Only played just over 5 minutes. Is there another chance perhaps for the Reds? This is Webber, the American, Mallory Webber. Nice ball, switches play to the Brazilian, Arahu over the top. Nice little chip, but the flag's gone up. Good work though. The idea was there for the Adelaide to find a way and an opening through this Sydney defence. They did, but of course the flag went up. So it'll be a free kick to Sydney FC. Good start to Sydney last week, beating Melbourne victory. And Adelaide United would be wanting to start off, at least they can get something out of this on their own turf. They really need a good start. They dearly want to make the finals. Princess Sabini. Good tackle there by Emily Hodgson. Ashley. And that was Isabel Hodgson, who couldn't control it first time, but Adelaide still in possession. Here's Arajo, the Brazilian. Well, the idea was they're looking for a teammate on the left-hand side, but it was intercepted. To be fair, the pass wasn't great. Green. Oh, nearly sold her teammate short in Lagazzo, but good use of the body by the very experienced Lagazzo and Matilda. Tobin. Given away again. So away go Adelaide. Arajo. Given straight to Tobin though. Princess Sabini hugging the touchline, wants the ball but is ignored. Good work by Chloe Lagazzo. Nice ball too. Found a bit of space there for Caitlin Ford. But the ball just beats it on the touchline. Caitlin Ford, of course, what can you say about Caitlin Ford? Well, we all know she's just an experienced campaigner. Terrific player. Well, she is a Matilda. Here comes the ball cross, and it's Princess Sabini back to goal. She's forced away from goal. Now a chance to get the ball back in from Green, but too close to the keeper. Sarah Willisey, no problems with that. And relieves the pressure for her side. Well, that was a bit of a sloppy pass. Now Sydney, can they make him pay? Not a bad strike, but straight to Sarah Willisey. She had to do a little bit of work. But, yeah, just a sloppy clearance there by the Adelaide defence. Good work by the nearly capped Matilda. Sarah Willisey. The line, Emily Hodgson. Couldn't trap that ball first up. First touch for Aubrey Bledsoe, the American keeper for Sydney FC. Again, down the middle it goes. The first touch from Remy Simpson wasn't great. Chance for Adelaide to mop up. This is Julia Ashley. Switch of play from Willisey. Looking for a left back, but just put a bit too much on that. It'll be a throw to Sydney. Still looking for the opening goal. Sydney coming the closest. Now this is Hoata. But now Adelaide back in possession. Can they make something happen? No. The ball's gone out into touch. It'll be a throw to Sydney. Well, both sides just trying to get into their rhythm. Both midfields working pretty hard. Now this is Simpson. He's going to try one from there. No, she sets it up for Hoato. Hoato has a strike, not a bad strike from the American. Well, it's their second strike at goal. One saved by Willisey. That one there missed the left-hand side, left post by quite a few metres. But not a bad effort by Sydney. It opened up for Hoato. Saw the goals, but just couldn't get a boot around it to strike it on goal. Green. Nice little hip and shoulder there by Lagazzo. Ball's gone out. It'll be a throw to Adelaide. Right in front of my broadcast position on the halfway line here at the Martin Sporting Complex. A bit of a cool night. Definitely won't be any rain tonight. Nice clear skies. Perfect for football. There is a slight breeze. Shouldn't really affect them too much, you wouldn't think. Good work there by Mary Fowler. Good feet. A switch play on the right-hand side, but that's intercepted by Ali Green, who's robbed by Dylan Holmes. So Adelaide back in possession, but that's given away. Here's the skipper, Teresa Polius, for Sydney. I'll be able to hear the sound effects mic just picking up the words of Ante Juric. Pick your pass, don't overdo it. This is Araho. Just slowing the game down just a little bit, looking for the opening, looking for a teammate. Gives it to Holmes. Goes back to captain Amber Brooks. Switch of play, looking on the left-hand side, but it's cut off. Now this is Hawato. Sophia Hawato took her eye off the ball, has given it away. Now a chance, perhaps for Adelaide. Long way from goal. That should be a free kick, and it is. Good use of the body there by Mary Fowler. Hard to believe she's only 16 years of age, but she really used her body well to win a free kick for the Reds in a pretty interesting position. And she might even have a crack at goal. No, she's left it. So a chance now for Adelaide. This, if it gets it past the wall, could be a first strike at the goals. There's a four-man wall, maybe possibly a five-man wall to try and block this strike. In it comes. Well, it goes straight through the wall, but too easy for Bledsoe. Had no problems with that. Coming from Kalia Hogg. Hope to have done better with that set piece. Well, that was good work there by Mallory Webber. Just won a free kick. Just dropped the shoulder, trying to get around her opponent. Was forced to foul. So it'll be a free kick to Adelaide. Not a huge crowd, but enough to make some noise. There's the free kick again on the American Webber. We're looking to get this ball around about the edge of the area. Looking for the Brazilian. Might be left there. Oh, nearly stolen off the foot of Teresa Polius, the captain, but got away with it. It'll be a goal kick to Sydney. Well, neither side really taking the ascendancy, although Sydney have had the better opportunity so far in this first 15 minutes. So having trouble with the scorer, though. Good work there by, again, the young lady in Mary Fowler. That's given away. Now a chance for Sydney. Switch of play by Lagazzo. Just to open it up a little bit. Coata. Polius. Nearly picked a pocket by the Brazilian. Araho. Sydney coming again, shoved off the ball, and that's a free kick. Can't really argue with that. Just a little push in the back there by Fowler on the number 7 in Ellie Brush. So it's a free kick now to Sydney FC, a long way from goal. No doubt that Ali Green will try and get it into the mixer. Looking for Caitlin Ford or Simpson, who of course scored 2 goals last week in the opener. Here comes a free kick from Green into the penalty area, over the top of everyone. Half cleared away by Adelaide. Lagazzo, Abini still in the box, looking for a bit of space to get this ball back into the mix, but it got a deflection, did it? No. It'll be a goal kick to Adelaide. Well, she tried to get it back into the mix, but just couldn't get her boot around that one. The ball's gone over the byline. So a goal kick to Adelaide. Just over a quarter of an hour gone here at Marden Sporting Complex in Adelaide. Adelaide United against the reigning champions of Sydney FC. A bad kick there by Willisey over the halfway line. Here's a chance for Adelaide. Terrific use of the body. Here's a chance to get the ball in there. That was Mallory Webber. Boy, didn't she use her strength to get past those defenders. Just couldn't beat the keeper, though. But good work by Mallory Webber. She's got a bit of pace on her, hasn't she, the 25-year-old, who has represented the United States at youth level. Well, She was announced by Adelaide United at the end of October that she would be joining the club. Adelaide have 3 Americans and a Brazilian in their starting 11. Green for Sydney. Good work there by Ford. Caitlin Ford using all the experience, but just couldn't get past Dylan Holmes for Adelaide. Always looking for something to happen. Caitlin Ford, the 25-year-old. Really a veteran for the Matildas. Played 77 games, scoring 17 goals for the national team. Bledsoe, American goalkeeper for Sydney. Good work by Adelaide again to dispossess. Now this is Fowler. Mary Fowler always looks busy. He's coming inside looking for her Brazilian teammate. Just couldn't find her. And Sydney's Lagazzo comes away with it. Abini. Kawata. Goes left to Ford. Will keep it in. A little bit of space. She's got Emily Hotz in front of her. Gets around her. Now we'll try and have a crack. Will she? Yes, she did have a goal, but straight into Hodgson. But Sydney still have possession. Polius. Back to Ford. Overlapping Green ignores her. And in fact, it's a throw to Adelaide United. Good work by their defence. It looked dangerous for Sydney. Simpson chasing this ball, trying to keep it in, but Julia Ashley did very well for the Reds to keep possession. Back to her keeper, Willisey, switches play. Nice ball there down the line to Hogg. Here's a chance again for Webber. Webber for Adelaide, looking to get the ball into the mix. She does. Oh, nobody there. It was a terrific idea. Just couldn't find a teammate. Still there though. This is Hogg. The ball back into the penalty area. Find its way back to Kalia Hogg somehow, so thank you very much. We'll start again. All the way back in defence. Ashley. Hogg. Nice skills. Araho. Back to Dylan Holmes. They did well there, just kept possession. Sydney getting a little frustrated, not getting it all their own way. Adelaide making it difficult. Took her eye off the ball there for a second. Did Kalia Hogg and has given it away. Now this is Ford. Long way from where she wants to be, near the goals. Back to Ford from Abini. Dispossessed, good work. Terrific work there by Julie Ashley, the American. Away go Adelaide again. On her outside there is Hodgson. She tries one from a long way, a little bit ambitious, I guess is an understatement. I think it might have been better off if she looked for the overlapping Hodgson, but thought why not have a go from there. No problems for Bledsoe. Just about halfway through this first half. That's for Sydney to clear. Natalie Tobin. Mallory Webber, she's been pretty busy. I tell you what, here's a chance for Adelaide now. Ball comes in from Mary Fowler. Keeper was out of a goal, but Adelaide could not take advantage. But terrific work by both Webber and Fowler. Really made things difficult for Sydney. They played their cards right. Adelaide would have come close to scoring the opener. Hodgson, it's Emily Hodgson, number 2. To Hogg. Checker, beg your pardon, Brooks, the skipper. Now again a chance for Adelaide. What can she do this time? Tries one from the edge of the area. Dummies once, dummies twice. Strike from about, 20 metres out. Wasn't a bad effort by the youngster and Mary Fowler. So Adelaide getting ever so much closer now, getting a few half chances. Going to make it count though. Twice in the matter of a couple of minutes. Adelaide really could have troubled the scorer. Certainly a little bit too complacent in defence. Be a throw to Sydney FC off Isabel Hodgson. Ellie Green. Back to Green. Oh, just a bit of a loose pass. Early brush. Polius. Tobin. Inside. Number 4, the American for Adelaide, Mallory Webber, really is working hard on their left-hand side, and when she gets opportunities to run a defence, it's very difficult for the Sydney defence. The clearance there by Amber Brooks clears the danger. Sydney had possession again, though. Might switch it to this side of the park. Brush. Green wants it. Brush. Nice ball. Now it goes wide. This is Ford from Hawata. Here comes the cross into the box. Who's there? Who's going to get the crumbs here? Sydney couldn't. Adelaide come away with it. And this is Araujo, the Brazilian. Nice run there by Isabel Hodgson, and a bit of space too. Here's a chance for Adelaide. Hodgson, can she open the scoring? Hodgson shoots and should have done better. Kicked it straight at the keeper. Really should have put it one side or another. But good run, terrific run by Emily Hodgson. Well, there are alarm bells ringing for the reigning premiers. Adelaide have had the last 3 opportunities. Well, that was a loose ball. Now it's Lagazzo, tries one from a long way, but good save by Sarah Willisey. They're going to have to do a bit better from that to beat the Adelaide keeper. But not a bad strike by Chloe Lagazzo. Well, there's chances at both ends at the moment, so it's starting to open up just a little. There's just over 21 minutes left in this first half. Laura Johns was looking for a free kick, didn't get one. Beanie leaves it for Histadulu. Clearance away there by the Adelaide defence. And again, Mallory Webber making her first start in front of her home fans. And Hogg. Simpson. And Laura Johns together there. A Beanie. Must open it up now. This is Ford. Now she'll be looking for a bit of space because she will try one from here. Ford does try one, but just couldn't get onto that. Should have done better too, Caitlin Ford. Because it did open up for her, didn't it? But just couldn't get onto it. Get enough purchase on that to test Sarah Willisey in the Adelaide goal. After a very cagey quarter of an hour, when there weren't many opportunities, we're getting them pretty much at both ends at the moment. Nice little touch from the Brazilian. This is Araujo. Can she go around? Yes, she tried to get around Brush. She's at a right on the edge of the area, and it'll be the first yellow card on the match going to Ellie Brush. It was great work by the Brazilian in Laís Araujo. And really, Ellie Brush taking one for the team. They had to bring her down because if she would have gone around her, well, she would have been just about one-on-one with the keeper. But it is a free kick to Adelaide, just outside the penalty area. Bit of an angle here, though. Looks like it'll be Laura Johns who's going to take this free kick. You wouldn't think she'd shoot from here, or would she? You never know. Laura Johns just taking her time. Maybe just thinking about what shall I do with this 25-year-old. This is her 28th W League game. She returned to Adelaide a couple of seasons ago after studying in the United States, where she played for the University of Massachusetts. Number 11. the left peg. She can have a strike a goal, or she just get it into the mix. In fact, she sets it up. Training drill. Try there, or half a chance there too for Fowler. She just couldn't get onto it. The flag's gone up, so it looked like it was a training drill, and Mary Fowler just didn't get onto that. And it eventually got offside, and it'll be a free kick to Sydney FC. Both sides having opportunities, but Adelaide at the moment look like the one most likely that might score first here. Didn't seem so 15 minutes ago. Adelaide just getting on top. It's given away by Isabel Hodgson. Worked by Hoata. Ford looking for it. Did well too. Just got there ahead of Emily Hodgson. Ford now over the top looking for a beanie. Couldn't find her on the edge of the area. It was Laura Johns. This is Teresa Polius, captain, to Green. Ford, move to the left-hand side, hugging the touchline, looking for a free kick. It is a free kick on Legazzo. Over Legazzo for Sydney FC. Has been pretty busy in that midfield. Also a very experienced player. 24-year-old who won the Player of the Year for Sydney in the 2017-18 season, but it's a free kick to be taken by Green towards the penalty spot, but again well dealt by the Adelaide defence and cleared into safety. Finds a touchline. Garzo's been capped over 40 times now for the Matildas. A lot of experience in this Sydney team, but you wouldn't know it. Adelaide holding their own at the moment here at Marden in Adelaide. They'll start again. Tobin given away. Now Adelaide come again. This is Mallory Webber to Arajo. On her outside again is Hodgson. That's who she was looking for. Needed a bit better pass than that though. Now it's Ford for the counter for Sydney. Princess Abini. Legazzo, and that'll be a free kick. Inside the centre circle, Legazzo stayed down. They got one in the shins. In fact, she's gotten up pretty quickly, so Physio came on and think, well, you're not wanted now. Yeah. There's a little bit of an aggressive tackle there. It should be okay. Just over a quarter of an hour left in this first half, still no score. Very entertaining first half. Bit of an arm wrestle for the first 15-20 minutes, but it's certainly opened up since then. Short one to Tobin. Princess Abini. He's got Amber Brooks with her. Here comes the delivery. Well, an attempted delivery by Angelique Histodulu. Got a deflection of a very busy Webber. Throw into Sydney. Hoata. Switch play now, come to this other side. This is Ellie Brush. Nowhere to go. Good work. Good pressure by Mary Fowler. They're trying to get back possession, and they may have, or might be a free kick there on Isabel Hodgson. It is against Ellie Brush. He's already on a yellow card. She'll have to be careful. Well, the question was asked about that, saying, was that worth a yellow? But the referee said, no, it wasn't too much. The referee tonight is Isabella Blaise. Good communication by the referee to the Adelaide bench, explaining why. So it'll be a free kick to Adelaide. Ashley's free kick on the edge of the area falls loose now. Chance for Mallory Webber, the American. They want it in the middle. They give it to me, Webber, one way or the other. This is Fowler looking to find a bit of space. Does have a go goal. It got a deflection. That literally could have gone anywhere, but it went over the top. It might have come off Brush there in the end. There's Fowler now. Just trying to get around everybody, and yeah, that was Ellie Brush. Just got the foot there, and Could have easily have gone in their own goal, but it'll be a corner to Adelaide. Hogg and Johns between them. Take this corner kick. It's been left for Kalia Hogg. The in-swinger coming in. Not a bad ball either. A good head on that too by Julie Ashley. Just couldn't get enough power on it or direction, but it'll be a goal kick to Sydney FC with 13 minutes left in this first half, plus any added time. Still no score. Good position too, just getting over the top of a beanie, but didn't trouble the keeper at all. Who's had a couple of easy saves to make. Aubrey Bledsoe, the American, given away again. Weber, Adelaide's American import, given away a free kick. There's a free kick on Mr. Dulu. Work, Adelaide midfield working very hard, and that was pretty good work too by Arahu, the Brazilian. Got a bit of space, those long strides, but disappointing balls. You're looking for Fowler, trying to get some chemistry working between those two players, and I'm sure it'll come eventually, just not that time. This is Ford for Sydney. He's looking for a cross, and she does get it in, but cleared away by Holmes with a head, and in turn down the park. Further down the park there was looking for Mallory Weber. And here she is now, does eventually get it. This is Fowler now for Adelaide, the 16-year-old. Busy player, over the top again, looking for the running Isabel Hodgson. Isabel Hodgson always is an outlet for her teammates, always looking to run and want the ball, which is what the coach likes. Mary Fowler doing some defensive work. It'll be a throw to Sydney. Asking Green to go back just a tad. Throw a Beanie over the top of her head. Beanie now with a chance to spread it. A bit of space on the right hand side there for Dulu, and that's where it goes from Huata. Here comes the delivery. Not a bad cross either, but good work, good defensive work there by Isabel Hodgson, and I think the offside flag might have gone up, or is it a free kick? No, the flag doesn't look like it went up, so I'm not quite sure what that was all about. Maybe a bit of a obstruction. It was a free kick quickly taken by Adelaide. Johns. Just over 10 minutes left in this first half. Who's going to break the deadlock first? Really, it's an each-way bet. Could be either side. Both sides really having half chances. This is Polius, a Beanie. Back to the skipper. Green. Good work there by Sydney, just keeping possession. Huata. And a free kick given away by Kalia Hogg. I want to take it quickly, Sydney, but Hogg just not allowing her to do so, staying in front of the ball. Millie Brush. Straight down the middle. It was looking for Remy Simpson. Well, she's been well marked tonight by, between Ashley and Amber Brooks. They're not giving her too many opportunities or space. Obviously would have seen her last week against Melbourne Victory, scoring 2 goals. That ball's gone out from Willisey. Overturned there, so it'll be a chance for Sydney. With the first half slowly coming to an end. Ford. Caitlin Ford. Nice ball to Huata. Spreads it wide. Now they'll be looking for to get this ball in. Mr. Dulu. Huata. Adelaide working pretty hard. trying to close any space or gaps that Sydney trying to open up Adelaide. Now, what can Tobin do with this? Well, here comes the cross into the mix, and pretty disappointing, really. It'll be a goal kick to Adelaide. Still no score. That was Simpson who tried to get the ball across to one of her teammates in front of goals. Fowler for Adelaide. Dispossessed by Lagazo over the top. Not a bad ball. Now here's a chance for Adelaide United. And again, that was Isabel Hodgson. Always looking the threat and the danger. Just when you think you're going to keep your eye on Mary Fowler and Lay Sarahu, you got Isabel Hodgson, who's making a bit of a nuisance herself for Sydney. A bit of run in her legs. It's Zabini for Sydney FC. Shoved off the ball. Good defensive work too by Adelaide, and forces her into a mistake, and ball's gone out. Well done again by Isabel Hodgson. Here she is. Looks like she might want a breather after that run earlier, but she keeps getting the ball. Ball just kept in there. Lagaza, that'll be a free, you'd think. No. But it might have been a free kick against Mary Fowler. In fact, Ante Juric, the Sydney coach, is asking that very same question. I think they've been unlucky not to get a free kick. Did Adelaide now get a free kick? And neither side really want to concede. Work here by Emily Hodgson. Now she'll look to get the ball. Just beats her to the byline, and it'll be a goal kick to Sydney FC. Just over 6 minutes left. Tobin, right hand side. Again, ball's given away. It's Adelaide. Oh, that was a bit sloppy there. Hogg didn't see the Sydney player Lagazo coming. Fowler. Ball just went under her foot then. Maybe just took her off the ball the last second. Fowler always looking dangerous. So too is Isabel Hodgson for Adelaide. Sydney pretty cool in defence. They'll start again. This is Ellie Brush. Gets around Fowler. Ford slipped just as she tried to trap the ball, and she's won a free kick. Maybe just a little bit of aggressive there on Caitlin Ford. A free kick for Sydney. Looking to take it quickly. Lagazo's on the edge of the area. So too is Remy Simpson. Now a chance for Sydney to get this ball in. Does get the ball in. A slight deflection, but they've won themselves a corner into the side netting. So with just under 5 minutes left, could this be the chance and the opening Sydney are looking for from the set piece? Got the ball in, and got a deflection on the way through. So, corner to be taken. Looks like Ali Green there to take this corner kick. It's the outswinger. Cleared by Adelaide. A chance now again for Sydney. It was last week's goal scorer in Simpson. Adelaide not able to clear their lines, so another chance for Sydney FC. That was Christodoulou trying to get the ball in. But straight into an Adelaide wall. And Adelaide, well, pressure will be relieved because they'll get the throw in. It's getting slightly windier here at Martin, and floodlights have come on. As the sun starts to set here in Adelaide on a cool evening. A couple of nights ago here in Adelaide, it would have been about, at this time of the night, about 36 degrees, so the players would have dodged a bullet if they were playing on It was Wednesday night. But nice and cool here in Adelaide for this round 2 encounter in the W League. Sydney looking to get 2 on the trot. Adelaide looking to open their account after their loss last week against Western Sydney. Work there by Simpson. Adelaide will clear. Only as far as Brush. Polius. Mr. Dulu. Oh, the home crowd are yelling for something, not quite sure what. On the other side of the park now, here's a chance for Sydney. Trying to close in there was the goal scorer, Remy Simpson, from last week. The lady that scored the brace. She was looking for a bit of space to have a look at goal, but good work by the Adelaide defence. Didn't give her too many opportunities. Here she is now. And well done by Ashley, the American. But it will be a corner. So another chance with 2.5 minutes left in this first half. Can they get something out of this? Not a bad ball, in it comes, cleared. Now a chance yet again for Sydney. That was Huata, the American, but it was blocked. They still keep possession, Sydney, with the Dulu, who's on the left-hand side now. Tobin. Polius opens it up on the right. Down the line there from Green. Now Ford, what can she do? Not a bad cross either. Or a bit of pressure there on the keeper and Willisey. Wasn't a free kick. Referee thought that was okay. Well, so Sydney coming awfully close. Willisey just couldn't reach it. It's the Dulu now. Polius, the captain, the beanie, the 1-2. Putting a few passes together now, Sydney. Good work there by Huatu, the American. Opens it up for Green. Now they'll try again to get this ball into the mix, but this time Adelaide blocked the danger. Away by Arajo. Now here's a chance for Johns. What can Adelaide do here? That was Fowler. But the Sydney defence was strong, but it's given away. Here they come again, Adelaide. And this is Webber. Webber for the Reds. Webber still going. Webber in the box. Now gets the ball across. Slips over. Chance for Adelaide. Oh, it just goes over the bar. I reckon it might have got a touch. Did it? No, it didn't. Well, oh dear, oh dear. How close was that? And terrific work by Mallory Webber, who just kept going and going. They couldn't stop her. And I reckon it might have been Isabel Hodgson. Yes, it was, who got the final touch on that. Just got a toe on it and just over the crossbar. In fact, it flicked the crossbar. And that's pretty much as close as you can get without it being a goal. So, wow. Inside the final minute, Adelaide nearly had the opener. But how's the run by Mallory Webber, the American? They just couldn't stop her, the 25-year-old. Good work by Huerta. Now can Sydney counter-attack there? That was Ford. A minute of added time to go. We've played the 45. Green over the top. Here's Ford. A bit of space on the box, but good work there by Adelaide. Another chance. Ball still there. Adelaide can't clear it. Now they can, but only half cleared it. Well, that'll be a foul, yeah. Well, you heard the coach of Adelaide, Ivan Karlovic, saying no foul to Isabel Hodgson, but it's exactly what she did. She's had a fantastic first half. So it'll be a free kick to Sydney. Could just about be the last opportunity before the half-time whistle. And it'll be Ali Green to take this free kick. A lot of numbers in the penalty area. Green does get it in, not bad. A few players go down. Adelaide trying to clear it, and they do. One Sydney player did go down, but not too many shouts. Still got a bit of run in her legs, Isabel Hodgson. She's still going to put a bit of pressure on the keeper in Bledsoe. She gets over the top. Oh, didn't find her a teammate. Now is Fowler for Adelaide. Fowler with the right boot. Oh, just across the face of goal. And Hodgson, well, she was a pretty good attempt to try and get to the end of that, but she was never going to reach it. But good work by Fowler. And as we speak and see the replay, Mary Fowler looked like she was looking for Isabel Hodgson, but just couldn't find her. and went over her head, and that's the half-time whistle here at the Martin Sports Complex. We go into the break with no score, but what an entertaining first half. That first 15 minutes was a little cagey. Both sides were just feeling each other out, and then eventually when it opened up, both teams had opportunities to score, but there is no score as they go into the sheds. Half-time here at the Martin Sports Complex. Adelaide United 0, Sydney FC 0. And welcome back to the Martin Sports Complex here in Adelaide, where it's half-time. Players just about ready to get this second half underway. And it's 0-0 here between Adelaide United and the reigning champions, Sydney FC, after a very, very entertaining first half. Sydney FC and Adelaide both had chances to score, but couldn't find the net. But you'd expect someone to score in this second half. It is round 2 of the W League. This is the third game of this round on Thursday night. If you missed the score, Melbourne Victory defeated Brisbane Roar by 3-2. And in the earlier match tonight, Western Sydney Wanderers defeated Newcastle Jets by 1-0. And here it's still a deadlock between Adelaide and Sydney FC. Standout players in that first half, really, Isabel Hodgson had a terrific first half. She was really causing Sydney all sorts of problems with her runs and finding spaces and what have you. Legazzo for Sydney has been pretty busy in the centre of the park. And Brush, even though she's on a yellow card, she's also been pretty busy. A lot of the players working pretty hard tonight. Sydney will get this second half underway. Who will prevail in the next 45 minutes? And away we go. Second half is underway. Remy Seamsman, who hasn't really had a lot of opportunities after scoring a brace last week. But the Adelaide defence have been pretty stingy tonight here in Adelaide. Nice ball on the right-hand side there from the lady I was just talking about, Seamsman, but cleared away by Ashley for Adelaide. This is Mary Fowler, who's been pretty good in that first half, also causing the Sydney defence a few problems. Emily Hodgson on the right-hand side. She's got a beanie there for company. Tries to come inside. Forced to go back. Hogg. This is Hogg. Tries it from a long way out. Not a bad effort. Had a bit of power behind it, but the direction wasn't there. And it missed by a couple of metres on that right-hand post. Aubrey Bledsoe, no problems with that one. Bledsoe again. Clears. Simpson. And this is Ashley. And the skipper for Adelaide, Amber Brooks, the American, finds Johns. Nice touch down the line. Webber's been pretty good too in that first half. He got around her marker. Webber for Adelaide. Webber with a strike. Not a bad strike with the left foot, but missed the goal, not by much. But she's been a hard worker out there as the American Mallory Webber. Another half a chance. She had a couple of half chances in that first half. Yep, just missed the goal. Yeah, not happy with herself. Feels like she could have done better. Maybe should have. At least get to Aubrey Bledsoe to do a bit of work. So the first half chance in the second half going to the home side. Kawata forced back, cleared. Good pressure by Adelaide. This is Hogg. Again, it's Mallory Webber, but the ball just beats it at the touchline. Kawata. Simpson. Ford. Simpson wants the return ball, but good work by the Adelaide skipper and Brooks. Didn't give her any time to settle. And that's been the feature of Adelaide's match so far. It's really putting pressure on the girl with the ball and the opposition as quick as they can. And this is Huata, the American. Comes inside. Oh, just lost her footing there, did Remy Simpson. She would have touched that a bit better. She could have been on goal as well. Nice pass to the right-hand side. That first touch. Was looking for Araho, but couldn't find her. This is a beanie now for Sydney. Again, Adelaide putting a lot of pressure on the player with the ball for Sydney. Forced to switch play. Oh, it's a loose ball. And Mallory Webber again. What can she do this time? Webber, bit of space. Webber still there. Webber, Mallory Webber strikes, but straight into a Sydney FC player. Good work. She's got a bit of pace, the American. She'll try again. Still got the ball. Opens it up again. Inside. Looking for Mary Fowler. The Sydney defence dealt that one a lot better. Good work by Brooks. Fowler, back to Brooks. Did well keeping the ball. Hogg to Julia Ashley. Right hand side, maybe a bit too much on that for Emily Hodgson to chase down. And that'll be a throw to Sydney FC. Mallory Webber has been terrific, hasn't she? Really causing the Sydney defence so many problems with her pace and her little tricks. Always looking to work hard. Now she's got to defend. This is Ford. John's there with her. Good work by Ford. Opens it up. Right hand side now to Krista Dulu. Pushed off the ball there by Hogg. And the ball will go out for a goal kick to Adelaide. Well, both sides come out firing in this second half. It doesn't look like there's going to be too many goals in this. Maybe an understatement. Or will the heavens open? Both goalkeepers have had a couple of saves to make, but not too many. There have been a lot of half chances that have gone begging. Long ball down the line from Emily Hodgson wasn't a good one. Actually was looking for Emily Hodgson. This is Fowler. On the left peg, Fowler still with the ball. Mary Fowler, now again she's looking for an opening, trying to have a strike at goal, but wasn't on the same page there with Isabel Hodgson. Isabel Hodgson start to make a run, looking for the through ball, but Fowler didn't see that and kicked it to where she actually took off from. And it's gone out for another goal kick, this time to Sydney. And again, the 16-year-old is always thinking, always trying to create something. Haven't got a bad side, this Adelaide United team, even though they did go down 2-1 to West Sydney last week. They haven't been too bad tonight against a very good Sydney FC side, the reigning champions. That's terrific work by Lagazzo. Somehow she kept the ball. That'll be a free kick. The advantage is played. Now a chance for Ford. Ford strikes it straight into Brooks. That would have hurt a little bit. Ford's still there. Garzo. Polius. Just to Dulu, right hand side. Now what's she going to do? Here comes the delivery. Cleared. Work and handled well by the Adelaide defence. That was Araujo, the Brazilian. She kept going too. Look for the return ball from Hodgson. She got a couple of tricks in her sleeve. Comes back to Fowler. Mary Fowler, dispossessed. Took maybe a bit too long on the ball. She was in two minds whether to pass or maybe look for an opening to have a strike at goal. In the end, it was cleared away by Brush. Lagazzo. Get the ball back now. This is Ashley for the Reds. Did well, finds Isabel Hodgson. Adelaide just pushing the ball around again to Ashley. Switch of play, left-hand side. This is Webber. Now Webber, she will cause problems for Sydney. Webber strikes a goal into the side netting again. Trying to make something happen. And why not have a striker goal from there? Maybe some might argue she might have looked for a teammate who were in a better position, but getting closer. There's Mallory Webber. But missing the goals and into the side netting. It's been pretty good tonight, the number 4 for Adelaide. The new import. Nice touch. Polius. Rush. Might be a free kick there, it was. Stopped it from going anywhere. Quickly taken, straight into the girl on the mark. In fact, the referee said play on. They were looking to take it again, but a bit of frustration Shown there by the Sydney player, Lagazzo. Green will let it go out for a throw. Bounces over Abini's head, but Sky Blues come away with it. This is Caitlin Ford now in the setter. Switches it to the right-hand side for a teammate. Down under the challenge. Terrific work by the Adelaide defence. They've been pretty strong all night. Nice touch again. Arajo, the Brazilian. Now the left-hand side, and why not go to Mallory Webber? She's been pretty good and dangerous. They'll try and beat her man, and she does. Her cooks her, in fact, Hustadulu. Looking for a opening. She won't stop. She just kept going. Oh, goodness. Good work. She just does not give up. Polius. Sydney's turn now to try and string a few passes to keep hold of this ball. Huata needs to get a bit more involved. Down the line to Princess Abini, who's chasing it. So too is Julia Ashley. Abini gets there first. Gets the ball into the mix, but wasn't a great ball. Straight to Sarah Willisey. One bounce into the chest. 10 minutes gone in the second half. There's still no score. Through a lack of chances from both sides. Still, one of these players just need to find a bit of composure in front of goal. Adelaide again. This is Hogg. Looking for the Brazilian. Well, she tried a little trick to try and control it behind her, but free kick given away. It was on Mary Fowler, who gave the free kick away on Teresa Polius, the captain. Walks up a little bit gingerly. Mr. Dulu. Nice touch from Ford. Switch of play. Wasn't a bad ball either. Huata. Now it's Princess Abini. But Emily Hodgson in front of her. Abini, one way or the other. Again, the passage is blocked. Adelaide's defence really putting pressure, forced to go all the way back. So good work by the Adelaide defence. Now a chance for Sydney this time. Here comes an opening. It could best be the first goal, and it is. And there is the opening. And I think it's Ford that might have got that. Well, Adelaide United really was against the run of play. A little, just took the mind off the ball for a second there, did the Adelaide defence. And it was Caitlin Ford, who is a prolific goal scorer. The Matilda has made Adelaide pay, and maybe didn't deserve that, Adelaide, because they were working pretty hard, but the deadlock is now broken. Sydney now leading by 1-0. And it had to be Caitlin Ford, didn't it? They now have to chase this game. Ford again trying to get on that. Maybe a bit of a spring in Sydney's step after that opening goal. Rista Dulu now. Oh, that was a hopeful ball. But good work by Caitlin Ford, and a pretty good finish in the end by the 25-year-old Matilda. It's her 33rd W League goal in 99 games, so not a bad record. So Adelaide now looking for the equaliser. Long searching ball. Trying to get underneath it was Fowler, but the offside flag, I think, even though in fact the linesman has put the flag up. Didn't at first. I think it was forced by the referee. Well, you can hear in the background, I don't know if you can hear him, but Ivan Karlovic, the coach, didn't quite agree with that decision, saying, well, the linesman didn't even put her flag up. And it's a fair call, unless you put it up and down straight away. Doesn't matter now. Play does go on. Coming up to a quarter of an hour of this second half played. And Adelaide searching now for the equaliser. Does Ivan Karlovic just go for take a few chances We'll just play it safe and wait for the final quarter of an hour of the match to go for break. They don't want to concede another, the home side. Ford, the goal scorer. Nice to get around Johns. Good work by the young girl. Well done, Laura Johns. Mr. Dulu back to the keeper and Bledsoe. They all want the ball now. Holmes. And pressure on Lagazzo. Sydney really just pushed the ball around. There's no urgency now. They got the ascendancy. They got the 1-goal lead. Just need to get Adelaide just to chase the ball now. As you can see, Bledsoe taking her time, saying, well, if you want it, come and get it. Long ball looking for Caitlin Ford. Did well to kill the ball. First touch. Lagazzo opens it up, left-hand side. Bit of work there by Sydney. Possession now, looking to get the ball across, but terrific tackle. It'll be a corner kick. But good work there by Emily Hodgson for the Reds. That's a corner to be taken by Ali Green, the in-swinger. Still a slight breeze here at Martin. Here comes the delivery. Clearance there by Julie Ashley. Sydney have the ball again. Here comes another delivery, getting underneath it. Willisey lost the side of the ball, maybe in the floodlights. Completely missed it and was very fortunate that wasn't headed towards goal, because it would have been in. But it missed the goal, and it'll be a goal kick.
Come on, Ellie, come on.
There is a bit of a tricky breeze out there, because Sarah Willisey looked like she had her eye on the ball. Maybe got underneath it a little bit too much. Here come Adelaide. Araho. Hogg opens it up to Laura Johns now on this left-hand side. Play the 1-2, good run by Johns, but the 2 was a bit too strong there from Carlia Hogg. Gave Johns a bit too much to chase. Well, Mallory Webber has really been a menace for this Sydney defence, and she has been the one most likely to score, along with Mary Fowler. You need to get the ball to one of those two girls. But it's Sydney that lead. A throw to Adelaide. Sloppy there by the Sydney defender. Overhead kick. And good work there by the Brazilian. He's looking for Holmes. But it's a throw to Adelaide. 28 minutes left in this match. Sydney leading from that Caitlin Ford goal. Comes a delivery, edge of the area. Mary Fowler was there waiting. Came back in again, but cleared by Sydney. All hands on deck there. This is Julia Ashley. Back to Amber Brooks. Bit of space in the centre of the park here for Carlia Hogg, who finds Johns. Goes on a left and a right. Now a bit of space on a left foot. Here comes the delivery, and it comes, but cleared away again by Sydney. Not as far as they wanted it to. Good work there. Terrific work there by the young girl and Mary Fowler. Again, most of the time when she's had a strike at goal, it's blocked. Maybe taking just a tad too long. Now here comes the counter. Here the coach saying pick a pass to Hoato. Oh, a bit of space in the centre here by Abini with the strike, and it goes, oh no, hits the post. Well, it looked like it might have gone in. Princess Abini had a strike from just inside the box. Still had a danger for Adelaide, trying to clear their lines. Well, first it looked like Caitlin Ford might have added another. Left it for Abini, and it was a good strike. And from my angle, thought it might have been going in. As you can see, inside the post, and Adelaide, well, a bit of luck on their side. That could have easily have gone in. It could have been 2, and it might have been the end of the game. But it's still only 1. Game really opening up here at Marden in Adelaide. Sydney looking for their second win on the trot. Adelaide looking to open their account after that loss last week. Well, that'll be a free kick. Dangerous play there. Just leaving the boot in. Even though Remy Simpson didn't agree with that, thought it was a fair challenge as we look at the replay. Just maybe leaving the foot up a little bit as that clearance came in. Hogg for Adelaide. Well, there's going to be some movement on the touchline. Looks like, I think it might be Adelaide United could be making a substitution. Haven't had one tonight as yet. Now it's a chance for Webber. Again, Webber on the left-hand side. What will she do this time? Tries it again, straight to the keeper. Good save. Bledsoe couldn't hold it though. And the offside flag did go up after that save. But again, it's Mallory Webber. And there will be that substitution made coming off for Adelaide. Will be Isabel Hodgson, who I reckon has just about run out of petrol because I reckon she's had a pretty good match. And Charlotte Grant will be coming on. It's a terrific first half by Hodgson, but she might have run out of petrol. She's been running up and down all day. A good shift there by the Adelaide player. Well, another half chance there to the Reds. And again, it was Mallory Webber who's had a few strikes from that angle. Just hasn't got her angles right just yet. This time forced Aubrey Bledsoe into a save. So the first change of the match. Charlotte Grant coming on. Now again, it's Webber. Will she pass it this time? This time she does. Wasn't a great pass though. Only in hope. Ford trying to get away from Johns. Good use of the body and experience by Caitlin Ford. She's still going. Ford. It's Ford. Is she going to try one? Yes, she does from a long way out. And it goes way over the top. But it was a good run by Caitlin Ford. Has already got one on the board. Was looking for her second. But not to be that time. Maybe being a tad selfish. You can see her teammate there alongside her, and Simpson saying, yeah, give it to me. But she went on her own. But not to be. Sydney about to make their first substitution shortly. Great work by Webber. It's round one. Mallory Webber. To Holmes. Well, she's lost the ball out to Huatu. Huatu, rather, the American. Well, that was a bit of a sloppy clearance there by the keeper in Willisey. Here comes Sydney again. Now an opportunity. They don't want to concede now, but straight to the keeper. Did well, Sarah Willisey, in the end. And that strike from number 10 in Remy Simpson. Well, it looks like Shadeen Evans will be coming on shortly for Sydney to make their first substitution. Quite sure who will be coming off. We're about to make the change now. In fact, it will be Remy Simpson, who scored a brace last week. Well, she's not scoring tonight because that's the end of her shift. She's tried and tried all night. She's been pretty good for Sydney FC. For the 18-year-old Evans about to come on. She scored a last-minute goal against Melbourne Victory last week in just her second game for the Sky Blues. The young lady, and you saw the match last week against Melbourne Victory, and she scored that goal. All her teammates were pretty happy with her doing it. Born and raised in the Northern Territory. And she was introduced to football through John Moriarty, the program that he has. John Moriarty, of course, who played here in Adelaide. Let's see what she's got to show tonight. In the City of Churches, Ford down the line to Haristadulu, shoved off the ball. Well, we had seen Mallory Webber one in trying to score goals and was back in defence, trying to help her defence, but she's had a terrific game. Most probably pretty close to the best player for Adelaide tonight. Been a few. Isabel Hodgson had a fantastic first half. Of course, she's now off. Webber, the American. Back to Johns. Holmes. Time quickly running out for Adelaide. Start again with Amber Brooks, the captain for the Reds. Inside to Emily Hodgson. In fact, that was Julia Ashley down the line. Again, Webber in with the ball at her feet. This time she'll strike with a left boot. I'll tell you what, she won't die wondering if she'll score, because every time she gets the ball, she's having a crack at the sticks. But this one here wasn't one of her best. She can shoot both left and right. She did control it. It was a great first touch, and then just getting underneath it and way over the top. Disappointing for Mallory Webber. But she'll keep trying. Law of averages, she keeps shooting. Well, maybe one will go in. Mr. Dulu. She loses out to Webber, who's got a lot of energy. Dulu's going to start chasing her. Here's Webber again. This time she'll get it into the mix. It does, across the face of goal. Brazilian Arahu was there, but just too much on that. She's got a pretty strong left foot, maybe a bit too strong. Just overcooked that one as well. But Mallory Webber really causing Sydney all sorts of problems. Mr. Dulu couldn't keep up with her. Even Brush tried to help out. Oata. Good work in the centre of the park there by Ashley, the American for Adelaide. This is the Brazilian now. Just looking for somewhere to go, but good work by the skipper for Sydney, Teresa Polius. Dispossesses her. And though she lost the ball, Arahu, just looking at Coach Ivan Karlovic, gave her the thumbs up for trying, most probably. Throw to Sydney. Well, we got 19 minutes left in this game. And Adelaide looking for the equaliser. And really on the balance of play, they most probably do deserve one. But it's Sydney with the lead. And can they hang on this last 19 minutes to register their second win on the trot in round 2 of this W League? Long ball over the top. Ford's touch wasn't as good as she wanted to. No chance here for Lagazzo. We need to have her more on the ball. Here's the substitute for Sydney, Evans. Not a bad ball. Again, just a bit too much on that. Way over the top of her teammate. Over her head and into touch. It'll be a throw to Adelaide on the other side. Maybe she's still excited about that last goal against Melbourne victory. Shadeen Evans. Ford just took her eye off the ball. Webber for Adelaide. She'll go it alone. She'll try and take her on, but this time couldn't get past Mr. Dulu. Johns. Fowler's been a bit quiet of late. He really needs to get onto this ball a little bit more, the 16-year-old. She was a bit more effective in that first half. And a quieter second half for Adelaide. That's great work there by Hoata, the American, for Sydney. Princess Abini now. Abini gets around Hodgson. But in the way, oh no, she wasn't. Abini got the ball second of time of asking. Robbed Julia Ashley when Ashley thought she had the ball. Good running there by Evans. Put pressure on the Adelaide defender and caused an error. Sydney get the ball back. There's more movement on the Adelaide bench. Looks like they're about to make another substitution. With 17 minutes left. Looks like it will be Georgia Campagnali, the local girl. She'll be ready to come on. The midfielder. Actually plays in most position, Campagnali. Johns. Well, she looked for the short ball to Webber. Wasn't a great delivery though. And good work there by Dylan Holmes. Now they will make the substitution. Campagnali will come on. And coming off will be The Brazilian, Lais Arahu, getting a rest. Has worked pretty hard, but again, looks like she's also run out of a bit of steam, playing her first game in front of her home fans here in Adelaide. Georgia Campagnoli getting a pretty good round of applause. A lot of family and friends here. Can she be the X factor? They need something, Adelaide. Just not happening right now. And again, there'll be more movement at the on the bench because it looks like Sydney about to make a substitution. Just after the Dulu got a ball in the face. Just over a quarter of an hour to go here in Martin and Adelaide. 1-0 the away side. Looks like number 16, Julia Vines, will be coming on shortly for Sydney. As legs start to tire on both sides out there. Fresh legs are needed. Johns. Can you get the second touch? The first touch wasn't great. And now it's Ford for Sydney, the goal scorer. Not a bad ball. The offside flag's gone up, and I tell you what, wasn't a bad strike either by me, Shadeen Evans. One touch, bang, but the offside flag went up. And now the substitution will be made. And coming off for Sydney will be Adley Green. And coming on will be the 17-year-old Julia Vines. So having a good game, Ali Green. She's worked pretty hard in defence. And Julia Vines, who came on in the 89th minute last week against Victory. Had her debut season last year. Has been prolific at youth level and played abroad with the Mini Matildas and the under-16 AFC Champions qualifiers. Let's see what she can do out there with just under a quarter of an hour to go. So changes on both benches pretty quickly. Both have one substitute left up their sleeve. Ford just finds a touchline. Safety first. It'll be a throw to Adelaide. Well, the referee plays just telling him to hang on a sec because there is a player down on the other side of the park. Not sure whether it's cramp, foot, or time wasting. Tick a box. Well, players, both sides enjoying a bit of a break and a bit of a breather. Both teams have been working pretty hard tonight. It is a cool night, not warm at all, so they would have enjoyed the conditions at least. But time to hydrate. And Adelaide will make their final substitution, as they do have a rest. And coming on will be Kiara Fowler. That's the final substitution. And coming off will be Kalia Hogg. Adelaide coach Ivan Karlovic has emptied his bench with 13 minutes plus any added time to go. Kiara Fowler, 18 years of age. New signing at the Reds alongside her sister Mary. So the two sisters on the park. And it looks like Sydney will make their final substitution. Going off is Sophia Hoata, who's picked up a little bit of an injury. She's on the other side of the park. And coming on is Mackenzie Hawkesby. So both benches are now empty. Let's hope it's not too serious for the American. Sophia Hoata, very talented midfielder. Adelaide looking for the equaliser. Sydney trying to lock this game away. Big kick over the top. Ford chasing. So too is Brooks, the skipper for Adelaide. Back to Willisey. Had to be quick. Get Evans there, closing her down.
Fantastic, girls, fantastic. Keep it up.
Working very hard, both teams at the moment. Even late in this match. Mr. Dulu now. Short ball to Ford. Lagazzo wants it. Lagazzo gets it. Wasn't a great ball on the other side, though. That'll be cleaned up by Emily Hodgson. Mackenzie Hawkesby, who was the last substitution, the 19-year-old, came on in injury time last week also against the Melbourne Victory. She joined the club this season from Western Sydney and describes her teammate Teresa Polius as her childhood hero. And a chance for Adelaide now for that equaliser. Could it be this time? She's had that many chances. Gets around 1-2, but too many numbers there. And Mallory Webber again with a half an opportunity, but in the end maybe it took just a little bit too long, tried to beat too many people. In the end there were like 3 sky blue shirts around her. You just, as a neutral, just like to see her score. She's tried all night and she's been terrific all night. The only thing that's been missing is a goal for the American Mallory Webber. Just over 10 minutes left plus any added time. Well, we see some late drama from the home side. There's another chance for Adelaide. Now it's Mary Fowler, hasn't had too many opportunities. Here's Campagnoli, back to Fowler. Fowler for the equaliser. The first touch wasn't great. It was a great return ball, and it's a yellow card to Mary Fowler on the keeper there, but what a great chance for the equaliser, and she should have scored. Her first touch let her down after that return ball from Georgia Campagnoli. And the frustration, she followed through on Aubrey Bledsoe, who stays down. Yeah, as you see, confirmation of that yellow card. Just a little bit of frustration there for Mary Fowler. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities tonight. The 16-year-old would be very disappointed that she couldn't find the net. Needed a little bit more composure on that return ball, but the first touch wasn't great, which let her down and gave Aubrey Bledsoe an opportunity to pounce on it. Any more chances left for Adelaide? They've had their chances tonight, there's no doubt about that, and possibly deserve a goal. But Sydney, well, they've done well. Their defensive work pretty hard. Well, the good news is that Aubrey Bledsoe is okay. The American goalkeeper on her feet. Wasn't too injured in that challenge with Mary Fowler. They will resume now with 8.5 minutes left. Plus any added time. Good work there by Lagazzo, who apologised there to Amber Brooks. Might have been a little clash of heads, but not bad enough for either player to go down at least, which is good news. So free kick to be taken. Natalie Tobin finds Princess Sabini on the left-hand side. Nice little work there, bit of trickery, but didn't get away with it. Campagnoli stole it off her feet, so away goes the substitute, Georgia Campagnoli. Again, a long ball, chasing it for Adelaide. As the number 5 in Charlotte Grant. Adelaide, that's what they need to do, get the ball up the other end as soon as they can to put pressure on this Sydney defence. Campagnoli again, nice touch. She's been good since she's been on. Caused a few problems. Trying to come in there from Julia Ashley, trying to get the long ball in, didn't come off. Campagnoli again. This time here comes the delivery over the head of everybody, but not Johns on the left peg. Webber wants it. Johns goes down. Good challenge there by Ford, helping their defence down the line. Was looking for Shadeen Evans, but over the touchline it goes. It'll be a throw to Adelaide. Fowler, Mary Fowler. 2 Fowlers on the pitch now. It's just a Chiara, of course. And the ball's gone out. A little bit disappointing. It'll be a goal kick now to Sydney. Mary Fowler's had a bit of a frustrating night. She had her half chances. Sydney in no hurry to take this, and of course you wouldn't with a 1-0 lead and time running out. Just over 6 minutes left. Adelaide staring down the barrel of 2 losses on the trot. Good work there by Evans. Ford over the top, back to Evans. Nice little header there to a Beanie. Adelaide on the alert here, but Beanie's attempted delivery wasn't good. Holmes got in the way, spoiled the party. Adelaide again, here they come. Good work by Campagnoli. Get around a defender, but good work by Sydney. The Adelaide coach on the touchline saying, let's get this ball moving. They really need to if they can get anything out of this game. The time is against them. Mallory Webber inside the box. Sniffing. Good work by Abini. Ford wants it over the top of Caitlin Ford, but Johns in the way. Did well. Laura Johns was looking for Webber. Try again. And this is Amber Brooks. And they just need this ball the other side, and here it comes via Ashley. Good clearing header. Webber to Holmes. Switch of play. Right hand side. Not a bad ball either. Wasn't a great touch though. And Princess Abini did her best to make sure it wasn't a good touch. It's gone into touch. Throw to Adelaide. Julia Ashley, the American, is dispossessed. This is Shadeen Evans for the visitors. Caitlin Ford, the goal scorer for Sydney tonight, looking for a bit of help. She looks behind her. There's nobody there. Well, I might have to go on my own. Goes one way or another. Tries to get around Johns. Has a crack, but well done by Johns. Caitlin still there. Ford. And I'm not quite sure if she was actually looking for a teammate or that was a strike. It might have been a half a dozen of this and 6 of the other, I think. In the end, it's a goal kick quickly taken by Adelaide. Not a bad ball now. This is Mary Fowler. Just beaten to the ball. Ball's gone out. It'll be a throw to Adelaide. We quickly need this ball into the penalty area to make something happen. Campagnoli. The tussle there between Campagnoli and Sydney play, and it's a free kick to Sydney. It might have been Teresa Polius fighting with Campagnoli, not literally. Adelaide coach Ivan Karlovic wasn't happy with that decision. Said, how did you find that one? Well, it is. A push in the back there from Kiara Fowler for Adelaide. Did well. Adelaide trying to dispossess. Campagnoli was there, so too was Holmes. Evans works pretty hard trying to get the ball off Brooks, and Evans has given the free kick away on the skipper for Adelaide, Amber Brooks. 2.5 minutes plus any at a time. Sydney by that one goal, Caitlin Ford goal to 0. And it'll be Brooks. One of the Adelaide players moving forward. In fact, just about everybody's there. Brooks is on her lonesome there at the centre of the park. She'll get the ball into the penalty area. Here it comes. Well, there wasn't a great free kick. Webber and Fowler both trying to pounce on it, but just too much from Amber Brooks. And safely in the hands of Aubrey Bledsoe. And a pretty entertaining affair here. And a pretty even game, really. Either team could have won this game. It's, of course, Sydney leading at the moment. Taking that chance. Experienced Caitlin Ford. Campagnoli. Touch there to Fowler. This is Brooks. Goes left-hand side. In fact, it finds Mallory Webber. Switch of play, not a bad ball either. Now this will open things up. They really need this ball. A perfect ball in the centre. Hodgson. Well, she couldn't get around a beanie. And disappointing in the end. Should have done better, Emily Hodgson. Should have maybe got the ball in quicker. And Princess Abini did her job. She did. Yep, just maybe took a bit too long, did Emily Hodgson. So the final minute of this match, plus any added time. Long goal kick. Adelaide really wanted up the other end. Evans wanted it. Adelaide will be throw everything forward now to get a winner. Now this is Mallory Webber. Could top it off if she can get a goal. Would be a good finish for her. 90 minutes. Webber to Holmes. Johns now gets the ball at the edge of the area. No red shirt there though. Fowler. Cleared away. Ford. She's got the experience to waste a bit of time. 3 minutes left. That's what we got. 3 minutes of added time for Adelaide to get something out of this game. And Sydney just need to hang on, really. Good work there, looking for a free kick, and might have hurt herself, Lozano. She's gone down. Lagazzo, I beg your pardon, Chloe Lagazzo. She's holding her hand. She might have fallen awkwardly on it, but the referee said play on, and play does go on. Lagazzo's still on the ground. Mary Fowler chasing that loose ball, but the keeper grabs it, and she's still down. There's Chloe Lagazzo, but now she's on her feet. But it looks like she just may have landed awkwardly on her wrist or her arm. Looks like she's okay, ready to go again. Here she is, Lagazzo. Cleared, other end of the park. Ford chasing this. Brooks is going to be careful. And a free kick against Caitlin Ford on Amber Brooks. Wanting to take it quickly. Might get a yellow card if she's not careful. Caitlin Ford, she might sacrifice it to waste a bit of time. In fact, it is a yellow card. So she scored the goal, and she's got a yellow for her troubles. As time quickly is running out for the home side. Sydney looking to hang on to this 1-0 lead. Make it back-to-back wins. What a start to the W League season for the reigning champions. It's a foot race there between Emily Hodgson and Princess Abini. Be a throw to Adelaide United. Now a chance for Campagnale if she can get onto it. No. Good work by the captain for Sydney, Teresa Polius. Finds a touchline. Ashley for Adelaide, all the way back to Amber Brooks. Now she'll get it towards the end of the area. A lot of shirts on the edge of that area. Here it comes, Holmes getting onto it, but again, just too much on that. One bounce easily by Aubrey Bledsoe. Could that be the final opportunity for Adelaide to get anything out of this game? And to be fair, they really do deserve something. They haven't been shown up by the reigning champions at all tonight. Julia Ashley, the American now. Back to Willisey. They really need the ball up the other end. Finds Ford. Now it's Mallory Webber. Dylan Holmes. Brooks. As the clock ticks away. Nice ball over the top. Now here's a chance for Grant. Can she get there before the keeper? No, she doesn't. Good work by Aubrey Bledsoe. She really came off the line really quickly and sprinted to that ball to make sure that there was no danger. As Charlotte Grant did her best to get to that ball before her. The time is just about up on my watch. Let's watch the referee for her to play the final whistle. Beanie. This is Evans. Evans who scored that third goal last week. We'll be looking for another one. Well, she lost that ball. And there is the final whistle here at Martin Sports Complex. In a very entertaining match of the W League. But it's the reigning champions who've come away with the 3 points against a very defiant Adelaide United, who really could have got something out of this game if they'd taken their opportunities. Both sides with opportunities tonight. But it's the visitors who come away with the points, with Caitlin Ford, the very experienced Matilda and prolific goal scorer, being the difference between these two sides here tonight on a chilly night here in Adelaide. Some good players out there tonight. Lagazzo was busy. Ford, of course, as always, is busy. Teresa Polius did her best to captain the ship. And for Adelaide, well, Mallory Webber looked like she could have been the one most likely to score, the new import from America. Had a terrific game. Amber Brooks was also pretty tight in defence, but it wasn't to be. And the look at the corner count, some of the stats before we pull stumps here tonight. 3 corners to Sydney, only 1 to Adelaide. Wasn't a dirty game. 12 fouls to Adelaide, 9 to Sydney. And there were 2 yellow cards to Sydney and only 1 to Adelaide. But the main stat that counts is the scoreline. And it's Sydney FC, the reigning champions, 2 out of 2. And Adelaide United have lost their first 2 games of the season, but not disgraced by any means. That just about does it here from Marden Sports Complex. Don Ronaldo wishing you a very good night. And just repeating that final score here in the W League, round 2 it is. It's Sydney FC 1 have defeated Adelaide United 0.